Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Corina Kurotaina Haura, and I will present you about performance management role. So we will talk about top manager, line managers, employee generally, and HR specialists. First is top manager. Top managers take a lead, set the direction, act as role models, and define and act upon core values relating to performance. It is their job to convince everyone that they believe performance management plays a key role in ensuring that business goals are achieved. So they must demonstrate by their behavior that their performance management is indeed about managing the business. They have to spell out uh, to line manager that their performance will not be acceptable if they take performance management seriously and use it process to deliver better results. It is the responsibility of top manager to develop a high performance culture, which means ensuring that first they communicate a clear sense of mission underpinned by values and a culture expressing what the firm is and its relationship with customer and employees. And then a clear line of sight exists between the strategic aim of the business and those of its department and its staff of at all levels. And then expectation are defined and communicate to everyone in the shape of goals for success, performance improvement, and core values. And then everyone kept informed of progress toward achieving goals and what needs to be done if performance is not up to the expectation. And then leadership is provide that engenders a shared belief in the importance of pursuing improvement. And then line manager. So the research conducted by John Purcell that his college first is they led to the conclusion that frontline management or leadership played a pivotal role in terms of implementing and enacting HR policies and practicing, since it is the frontline managers that bring policies to life. An important consideration in designing and operating performance management is how to achieve this is by gaining their commitment and ensuring that they have the skills required. First is the problem appraisal. So performance appraisal is a area in which in frontline manager have traditionally had direct involvement with their staff and provides a good example of the key role that this manager have to play in their deliver of HR policies. This problem of appraisal and the role of manager is conducting them were anticipated some time ago, and then by Green, he concluded that rarely in the history of business can such a system have promised so much and delivered so little. And he suggests that appraisal are unlikely to bear a close or indeed any relationship to reality because of the impossibility of being able to reduce the complex nature of an individual to a series of skills in checklist, and the remote possibility of ever achieving objective appraisal of a subordinate by a superior. And then these issues are more likely to arise in an old-fashioned performance appraisal system, which involve reading and often a direct and formulaic link to performance-related pay, but they uh, they also can occur in more up-to-date performance management process, which even if they emphasize dialogue and agreement rather than control from above, still depend on the commitment and ability of line manager to carry out the process in a way that will meet the needs of all stakeholders and the organization, the manager, and importantly, the individual. And then gaining a commitment of line manager. Too often, line manager regards performance management in the shape of the formal review as a bureaucratic core, and they believe, rightly or wrongly, that they are doing it anyway. So they say, why should we conform to a system to impose on us by the HR department? Managers are reluctant to conduct them because they find it difficult to criticize people and imagine that they will be faced by unpleasant confrontation. Others are nervous about the reviews because they feel that they lack the skill required to provide feedback, analyze performance, and agree objective, and then provide leadership from the top. As I mentioned earlier in the chapter, top management has a crucial role to play in implementing performance management, that they have to communicate and act on the belief that performance management is an integral part of the fabric mm, of the managerial practice of the organization. They should demonstrate their connection and conviction that this is what good management is about, and this is how managers are expected to play their part. And then communicate, simply telling line manager that performance management is a good thing will not catch you very well, but somehow the message has to reach them that managing performance is what managers are expected to do. The message should come from the top and be cascaded down through the organization. It should not come for HR except incidentally is incidentally as part of training or induction program. The message should be built into management development programs, especially for potential manager. And then there is keep it simple. It's like willing participation in performance management activities is more likely to be achieved if manager can see it don't see it as a bureaucratic core. And then reduce the pressure. Its line manager can feel pressured and exposed but if they perceive and that performance management is just about carrying out an annual appraisal meeting each week. They have to tell employees where they have gone wrong and their performance and decide on the pay increases that they should be given. And then involve line manager in the design and development of performance management process as member of project teams or by taking part in pilot studies. This could be extended by the use of focus group and general surveys of opinion and reaction. And then encourage like line manager can be encouraged to believe in performance management through communities or practice gathering of manager during which information is exchanged on good practice and developing capability and improving performance. Coaching and guidance to individual manager should be used provide to supplement for formal training. This can be provided by HR specialists, although better skill like experience, committed, and competence line manager can be used as coach and mentor. And then the role of employees. So every employee from the top to the bottom of the organization is subject to performance management, even if it is not only necessary a formal process. So they may be asked to prepare for a review meeting formally or take part in a 360-degree assessment scheme, and they will participate in objective setting on discussing rules and competence requirement. They need to be brief and often trained in all these activities. And then the role of HR. So the emergence of the business partner concept of HR led to a change in direction. HR no longer ran to the to the performance appraisal scheme. Instead, their role became that of encouraging the facilitating and the sort of performance management process described earlier in this book. And then they will work alongside line manager, helping them as necessary to develop their skills and encourage their use. Like importantly, they assemble teams of committed and experienced manager who can act as coaches, like mentor and stimulate and creation of communicates to of practice and ensuring that performance management is on the agenda. And then the conclusion. So in this chapter, there are four groups of people whose commitment to performance management is crucial to its success. Like first, you have to know about the manager, line manager, employees generally, and HR specialist. Thank you. That's all for my presentation.